Oh, hey! Welcome back to Unstable Creatures Podcast with me, Selena. On today's episode, we have a nationally touring headlining comedian. Catch him in the Virgin Islands soon. Apparently that's an island in the U.S. Had no idea. Virgins don't live there. He is a booker and promoter for some Orlando shows. Super sick guy, super funny, previous youth pastor, and a father. I mean, he's killing. Amazing. We talk about church, Jesus Christ himself. We talk about comedy. We talk about movies. We talk about funeral homes and favorite candy. So on today's episode is Patrick Sisk.
I got chicken, ducks, and roosters on the farm. I'm just bleeding back with Susan the alarm. Johnny ate the grass, he's moving on the bong. Gypsy blisters never sing for long. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're going to be at Pineapples. It's going to be fun. I see you're headlining. You're on things. You're killing.
Yeah, no, I headlined Sunshine City Comedy Club like 2 weekends ago, and we sold out both nights.
Oh, okay.
And so that was really cool.
Love.
I'm going to act like it was all because of me. It wasn't.
They were literally there just to see you. Like one thing about it.
I go, make some noise if you've ever heard of me before. Like 3 people were like, yeah. And I was like, all right.
It's crickets.
Yeah, it wasn't even like they were excited. They went, yeah. Like they weren't sure. Like,
yeah. They didn't want it to be completely silent. They were like, let me just, I feel a little bad.
And it was weird because my parents were in the crowd.
Oh, love.
No, I'm just kidding. No. My parents would never come to my shows.
Really?
So, yeah.
Why?
They're dead.
Oh, shit. Well, we could do a show in hell.
Yeah, probably. That'd be great. Yeah.
We literally could.
Yeah, no, my biological parents are dead.
Okay.
My adopted parents, my dad passed away, but my mom's still hanging on, and
okay.
She won't come see me either, though, because
can she?
She could. She's 81. I've offered.
That might be the reason why she's not alive anymore.
Yeah.
If she goes to ever see me,
she the
tank
moment.
Yeah.
I had to tell her the other day that I sometimes use the F word in comedy. And
that's the worst of it?
She was like, what? And I was like, yeah, that's all I'll say.
That's so
I know,
funny.
I can't believe it.
Oh my God, no, my parents, they've never seen me do comedy. I don't know if I ever could actually withstand, I don't think I could ever handle that. You know what I mean? Because one thing about it, my dad is funnier than me. Right. And so I can't have him coming out and then cracking jokes and stuff and actually,
He can't show you up.
Yeah, he can't show me up. And honestly, he should be a stand-up comedian. He's the funniest person I've ever met in my life. He's hilarious. Yeah. And so, I definitely...
So your dad, is he the funniest person in your family?
100%.
Okay.
Well,
number two?
No, I'm probably number one, but it's
on
days.
Look at that pride.
Yeah. It's definitely a tie. It's a tie, but he's so funny. And whenever I was on Kill Tony, that was the first time they've ever seen me do a set or anything, and we all know what I said. So it was a bit.
That was cool though.
It was awkward.
Were they proud?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
they were actually.
Good.
Yeah, it was crazy because I FaceTimed. I tell the story all the time because after I walked out of the back, Ron White was standing right next to me and trying to say hey to me and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I can't really. You're cool and all, but I need to FaceTime my dad and tell him what just happened.
That's so cool.
And so I called them and they were super excited, even though they have no idea what it meant. Yeah. And my dad's hilarious. So I don't know.
That's awesome.
The family's interesting.
Yeah.
With the comedy thing, it's hard to navigate,
Oh,
especially kids too. I can't even imagine.
It's so hard. Yeah.
Have they ever seen you?
Yeah, they actually have. My daughter actually peddles me out to people at her school. She's like, you should check out my dad's YouTube channel. I'm like, baby, no.
I love that.
No, let's not do that. Baby.
She's out there handing out your headshots to people.
I had a teacher come up to me and they were like, Mr. Sisk, I want to know something. I saw some of your comedy and I went, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
God.
just paused. She was, no, it was really funny. I was like, okay.
Just
oh, God.
Anyways, you want to buy these Girl Scout cookies? That's so crazy. How old are your kids?
My daughter is 8 and my son is 5.
Okay, so they're
they're
they don't
little,
know.
but they've definitely been to some shows. My daughter wants to be a stand-up comedian.
Oh, love.
And I'm like, yeah, baby. And my son's funny too. He's the kind of kid. This might be way too old of a reference, but Donnie from the Wild Thornberrys.
I know the show, yeah.
And long hair. And he's just I'm like, oh, that's my boy. Proud of you.
Yeah.
But then
he's going to be the stand-up comic, one thing about
exactly. But now he's gotten to the point where he'll say things, he'll do something, Dad, that a funny joke? And I'm like, I guess, buddy. But then it's weird stuff sometimes. So he's like that 5-year-old that's trying to he knows words are weird. And he's not supposed to say certain words. So he goes, Daddy, vagina. Is that a funny joke? And I was like,
That's my punchline.
I don't know if that's really a joke in this kind of climate and society right now. And
honestly, I think he would fit in with everybody else.
But I mean,
that's the punchline to most people.
That's
true. He'd kill. He'd absolutely murder on KT.
Yeah, he would get in a golden ticket from sure.
100%.
Because he's also kind of special. So,
is he?
Yeah.
Like, for
I think
real?
a little bit. Like
a little autistic?
Yeah, I can't tell if it's autism because I work with kids with autism, right?
Okay.
That is my day job.
Okay.
I'm a behavioral therapist.
That explains a lot. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I'm so welcoming to all. Like,
they love
there's
you.
my special boy. And then Austin Kleeman's like, please stop calling me that. And I'm like, but you are, Austin. You're my special boy.
You can't rub my head and lick me in public.
Yeah. I mean, I could, but I mean, you have to pay extra for that.
100%.
Anyways,
OnlyFans plug.
Exactly.
That's crazy. So you work with autistic kids all day.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of it where I look at my son and go, there it is.
A touch of the tism. Yeah.
Just enough.
We were literally just talking about this yesterday about how like so many people are autistic and like so many people keep saying they're autistic and this and that because I call my boyfriend autistic all the time, which he literally is.
Right.
And people keep saying like, oh, everyone just wants to be autistic. And I'm like, honestly, I don't think anybody wants to be autistic.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine wanting to be that way.
No.
I mean, they're happy people. We love them to death. You know what I mean? They're amazing.
Right.
I only want autistic people in my life.
I mean, I don't know. I've met some pretty shitty autistic people.
Really? I've never.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now Down syndrome people.
They're assholes.
No, I love Down syndrome people.
They're assholes.
They're sweethearts.
They are, but they're very like.
They just care about like marshmallow fluff.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's awesome.
That's it. It's just marshmallow fluff, WWE, and tits. That's it. They literally could give a fuck less about anything else. But they're just
honestly, I think this world would be a better place if we just stopped caring about all the bullshit and just cared more about marshmallow fluff.
We should just go back to our roots and understand we have a lot of common ground here, and it's marshmallow fluff, WWE, and tits. I mean, we all three have some type of common ground.
I mean, who doesn't feel a little something when John Cena's music hits?
Exactly.
Because you go, oh.
Exactly. Exactly. John Cena should do like a marshmallow fluff like collab.
Oh my god.
The Down syndrome people would lose it.
Man.
They'd absolutely lose it.
Yeah, they could put that behind a paywall.
Yeah.
And they would pay all the money.
Oh, they would. What is it? The company Jiffy? I mean, they'd blow up.
Jizzy. Wait.
Jiffy, Rivy, whatever it is. These days, these kids have a lot of sayings. Yeah. No, I think people that work with kids that have autism or Down syndrome definitely takes a specific kind of person to be able to like really connect. Because when you see people that work with those kinds of kids and the connection is just there, like they have it and that's what you're destined to do. I think that's so cool because I don't have that. Like I love children and I love all people, but I don't feel like I have that like golden retriever energy that's like needed.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it can be, oh my god, it can be so frustrating.
Oh yeah, of course.
And you know, you meet them on their level, and so it's crazy sometimes because I go in and I'm really good at like that connection and that bonding period where like instantly I'm like, oh, so you know, you want to do this, and they're like, yeah, and like by like day 2, normally I have the clients like, hey Patrick, I love you, and I'm like, thanks bud.
Yeah.
And so like I naturally always had that energy. I think that's what kind of makes me likable on stage.
Yeah.
Right.
You connect with people really easily. Yeah.
And I bring that energy. I bring that high, what I've referred to as high dad energy.
Yes.
Where I'm, like it's so dad, but it's not like the hey, but it's almost like the cool dad, but like maybe the
it's not the like, are you working hard or hardly working kind of dad. It's like the y'all be safe now kind of dad. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's like the dad that when he leaves to go get milk, you aren't 100% sure he's gonna come back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like he probably will.
Yeah, but it's like the kind of dad that's like, you don't think he's gonna like never come back, but he may come back with like a puppy and like some you know what I mean, like
or like a Latino child.
Exactly, and then some acid for some reason. Exactly. Like it's always the mix
like,
of the
hey,
two.
I can't explain this.
Can't explain it.
But we've got to hide this child.
We have to hide them.
So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I literally keep doing sets about that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, everybody that voted for Trump, thanks so much. I'm not here for much longer.
Yeah,
So
no, that's
thank you.
crazy that you have to go out and camouflage all the time.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I'm gonna have to disappear. It was fun while it lasted, but I knew it was gonna come to an end. You know what I mean?
Of course, no, all good things have to come to an end.
All good things have to come to an end.
I think it's
here.
really selfish for
Yeah.
those people who aren't understanding that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if you don't understand that all good things, we had a good run.
We had a good run. It was a good 25, 26 years. You know what I mean?
We had a great run.
Yeah.
At this country.
A great run.
We did our best.
We killed.
And we killed a lot.
We killed a lot.
We killed a lot. Probably a lot too much.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, it's to the point where there's so much we don't even know about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's bad.
Exactly. And so we just kind of we're at the end of the season.
Yep.
And it's just
we're at the end of the rope.
We're trying to wrap everything up, and we're trying to connect stories that shouldn't be connected.
Right.
And now all of a sudden Elon Musk is in this story, and we're like, where the hell did he come from?
Yeah. What even is he?
Yeah. And so it's like whoever wrote our world had just went, shit, I got to wrap it up.
I mean, yeah.
Let's do it.
We've got to change everything.
Yeah. What do we need to do now?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think it has any type of direction.
Yeah, no, it's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this point.
Yeah, so someone said, honestly, I think the Mexicans got to go. I couldn't tell you why, but they're part of some of the problem.
Exactly.
I don't know. Get them out of here.
Exactly. They were like, you know what? We're going to be honest with you guys. The Mexicans are not rating too high right now.
Yeah. We'll give them a 3.2 out of 5 stars.
Audiences between the ages of 18 and 36 are just not, the demographic is just not,
yeah.
not hitting.
We're not hitting. We're not killing.
So we're going to have to get rid of them. And they're like, okay. I guess we can do that.
No,
How
seriously.
crazy would that be if this whole world was just a giant Truman Show?
Dude, who do you think would be last people standing? Like if it was
The
just
Jews.
yeah. No, they would be the
I don't even know what that means.
They
Shout out you,
actually-
Jesus.
Shout out Jesus. We love you, Jesus. No, it's
Oh my God, that was
actually
beautiful.
the Jews would run. I mean, they would be doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it would be
for sure.
nobody standing
For sure.
left.
Or the
but
lizard people.
Yeah, that's also crazy.
Yeah.
And now there's butt naked at the Grammys or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on?
That
Crazy.
is crazy.
Dude, insane take. We're talking about it, right? And I'm like, okay, I've seen the picture. And if she's supposed to be some super, hot model, all these things, and her tits look like that, I'm doing, fantastic. I'm doing spectacular.
Right.
Honestly, please let more of them go out butt naked because it's giving me a confidence boost.
Honestly, in my brain, I was driving to work this morning.
Yeah.
Maybe I had taken an edible. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it started to dawn on me as I was scrolling through on TikTok or no Instagram.
Right.
That this guy whose wife is naked at the Grammys,
Right.
Kanye,
Literally butt
is
naked.
the same guy who used to sing, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't breasting with no broke.
Right.
And that's crazy.
It is crazy. And didn't he just make a Christian album too?
Yeah,
Wasn't he just singing God is everything?
The writers of this story are just
yeah.
shit, what are we going to do with Kanye? Get his wife naked and let her walk around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So,
that's
it's
the
just
thing.
crazy.
Yeah, I want to know who's in the writer's room for 2025. What were y'all doing?
Who knows?
What's going on here? I was literally saying,
Don Lemons from CNN.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I was just so.
That's honestly a good connection.
Yeah.
I feel like some people
he's
might
not
resonate
even
with
at
that.
CNN anymore, so he's got to be doing something.
Yeah, it's probably them, and then for some reason the green M&M I feel has to be involved. She's in there somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she's a little promiscuous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? She had some
is she a slut? Is she
yeah. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing.
Yeah,
She's involved.
You don't get as high up in the M&M world without knowing how to play the game.
She was killing.
She was.
She's a murderer. We love her. Yeah. No, I was literally another sick, demented, twisted thing. I was watching this series on TikTok, but it's a documentary that I'm trying to find the full version of. But it's called Funeral Homes from Hell, or the horrors of funeral homes.
Oh.
And it's almost like restaurant nightmares.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Or kitchen nightmares.
And they fix funeral homes?
But for funeral homes, right? And it's it's not innocent. It's not oh, there's some dust. You know what I mean? These people were no, we walked down the basement and there was brown sludge up to the kneecaps.
That's crazy.
Of God knows what. They said you could smell the funeral home like 2 miles down the road.
Oh my God.
Like people's, like, were sending their family members there, the bodies, and they weren't getting rid of them properly.
Oh.
And I'm like, brown sludge up to the kneecaps. That's insane.
That's actually what they used to call me in high school. Was brown sludge up to the kneecaps. They'd be like, here comes old brown sludge up to the kneecaps. What up, guys? It was crazy.
That's what they described it as, is brown sludge up to the kneecaps. And I'm like, that's the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. And the fact that you could smell it from 2 miles away, why did they do this for 10 years? Where were you guys this whole time?
Yeah, okay. Like, I have a problem with that. I really do.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm going to put a stop to it at least at 1 mile away.
Right.
Like, you can smell it 2 miles away.
That's what they said, 2 miles away.
What about a half a mile?
Right, exactly. And that's not even the worst part. People sent their family members there, right?
Yeah.
And they gave them back concrete dust and said that it was their ashes.
That's crazy.
It was like just like random dust and stuff, or like cigarette ashes, like stuff that they'd like scoop up and then give it back to the family in an urn and say, there's your mom.
That's crazy. They're over here crying because they miss their Aunt Virginia, but it's actually a Virginia Slim.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It's nuts. It makes no sense. And I'm like, could you imagine, like,
What were they doing with the bodies?
Lord knows.
Ew.
That's the thing. Lord knows. They found bodies like everywhere, like underneath the building, like just.
Oh my God, what a weird Easter egg hunt.
Because it's like, you know, they're not doing it because they're serial killers. These people all died. You know what I mean? Like, they're not doing it like to be malicious, but like just you could just close the funeral home. You know? Like if you can't keep up with how many bodies you're getting, like close it down.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Brown sludge up to the kneecaps. I mean, I saw that and said, you know, I can't watch this anymore. And so it was like blood, fecal matter, pee. Like it was a bunch of stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then there's just like, you know, someone's aunt floating on top. I mean, it's bad.
They're just like, what do we do?
Yeah. What do we do?
I don't know. Let's put some more bodies on top. They might soak it up.
Yeah. The only part that's malicious about it is, of course, they like are doing it for money. They just keep taking people's money and then like not.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
it's like,
wild.
dude, you're literally, I mean, you've got some type of like roly-poly farm.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a special place in hell.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do that. It's brutal. It's
like,
brutal.
For people, that's one of my biggest pet peeves are people who like just take advantage of people.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and people like that are like, you take advantage of people in their most desperate time.
Exactly.
Like,
that's how I feel about death or like hospitals and sicknesses. You know what I mean? Like hospitals just want your money and like don't give a fuck about you.
Oh yeah.
And then like whenever you die, people inherit your debt and like it's just this whole like disaster thing. And it's like, dude, they're dead. What do you mean I have to pay their truck off still?
Right.
They're dead. Like that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, for sure.
I told my parents, I said, whenever you guys die, if you guys leave me with any debt, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I hope you know it's to hell with you guys.
Oh yeah.
I hope you're down there.
For sure.
Because that's gonna piss me off. Like imagine working that long to not have any debt and then your parents die.
Right.
And
Oh
like
yeah, that'd be crazy.
80K in debt.
That'd be crazy.
Like, oh no. How long have you been doing comedy for?
So that's a loaded question.
Okay. Very loaded.
So I started comedy 13, 14 years ago now.
Okay.
When I was in college.
Love that.
In Nashville. My parents bought me a writing class to Zanies.
Oh, okay.
And so was doing a writing class there, was really starting to get into it and started doing stand-up my senior year of college at open mics and stuff like that. Graduated college. And 2 weeks later, my dad passed away of a massive heart attack.
Oh, wow.
And so I walked away. I was like, I don't ever want to be funny again. And so I ran from what I believe was my destiny, my calling, to something that I felt safe in. Yeah. And so I ran a ministry and religion because I was a very religious person growing up. And sorry.
You're good.
Hid behind religion and stuff like that for a while.
So by running a ministry, you mean like you were running a church?
I was a youth pastor.
Like you were a youth pastor? Okay,
I
gotcha.
was a youth pastor for a church.
Okay, that fits.
And so did all that, and then...
You've always dressed a little youth pastor to me, so it makes sense.
That's fair. That's fair. Then once I got out of that area right before COVID, then COVID happened. We had a lot of stuff happen then. Moved down here to Florida, me and my family, and it'll be 3 years ago in May. April, that there was a open mic run by a guy named Helmut Weisick, who ran an open mic at Game On in Avalon Park. And
Okay.
it was a really cool mic, but Helmut ran the room, and it was like 5 minutes from my house, so I was like, all right, I'll go to it. Went to it, fell in love, and I mean, I hit the ground running. And
so you've only really been doing it consistently for like 3 years?
Yeah, about 3 years, yeah.
That's crazy. It seems like you've been doing comedy for so much longer than that.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. That's wild. So whenever you decided to do the ministry, was that like you genuinely felt like that was your purpose? Like that's what you wanted to do? Or did you feel like something you were like obligated to do?
I felt like it was something that I was called to do at the time.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in God. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
But I also respect your right to not believe that.
Yeah.
And so I think that for the religious sect that I was a part of, I was probably a little too liberal.
Was it non-denominational Baptist?
It was a Church of Christ.
Oh, okay.
So very, very Southern, very...
Yeah, like kind of Baptist vibes, but not really.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So, but very, very scriptural, very about the doctrine and stuff like that. And I was never quite all about that. My biggest belief was God tells us to do two things: love God, love others. So if I can love God, if I love others, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And people kept trying to make it more about than other than that, and I was like, I think there was a lot of things that probably rub people the wrong way, and so once I got out of that area,
like just God forbid saying not all gay people are going to hell.
Right,
Lord, I can't believe that.
Exactly. So once I got out of like that was the kind of stuff that kind of pushed me away. Where I went, So, so it's.
How long did you do that for? The ministry work.
I did that. I think I was a youth pastor at 2 different churches. I think that was for about 8 years.
Okay, so that's a good amount of time.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in church since I was a kid, like a baby, but I did. My parents started going to church whenever I was probably like 11.
Right.
And so you're in that like time of your life where you're smart enough and you're old enough to kind of know what's going on and kind of have some thoughts on your own, but you're not quite old enough to like really understand and grasp, So we started going to a non-denominational church, and for a while it was kind of just like, a lot of this is BS, and like I don't really care and I hate it, blah blah blah. And then as I got a little bit older and started to kind of develop into who you are, it's an interesting thing because I feel the exact same way. I believe in God. I'm a Christian. I always will be. I will always say that. He, has saved my life many times. So, it's an interesting thing, though, to see how, like, church has changed over the years in such a dramatic way. Even with, like, non-denominational, more liberal churches, what you would consider, it's changed so much. We've gone so backwards.
Oh, yeah. No,
We've gone so backwards.
I tell people all the time when people ask me, how could you blah, 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 because of who I am on stage and all this. Well, first off, I'm not anything different.
Yeah.
Maybe I cuss a little more.
Yeah.
And by a little more, I mean, I cuss it all now.
Yeah.
So, I cuss. I drink on stage. But, like, other than that, it's still me. I'm still being very genuine. And for some reason, churches became all about the rules, and it became about you've got to do this, this, and this.
Yeah,
and that's how you're a good Christian, and that's not what it's about.
Yeah,
and so that's why I hate it, because I think that humanity has taken something good like church and perverted it into this thing that makes it push people away from Jesus.
Of course, yeah.
Like, I mean, how many people have you heard of stories where they go, oh, yeah, I used to be in church, but something happened to me because of this person at a church. And then they're like,
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know. So I'm not a big fan of church.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely do. I feel like I've given a lot of churches chances, and it's there's always at some point it has to do with abortion or gay people or, something or other. And it's kind of like, I just don't understand the message that they're trying to convey. I don't get what we're trying to do. Like, and I just don't agree with it. I full blown don't agree with what you're saying. Right. So it's like, it's one of those tough, tricky things. And it's interesting that you say that, because I was literally just watching a video of this girl who she is a TikToker, was for many years. She actually
Right.
did stand-up comedy. She was on Wild and Out, like
Okay.
a lot, and heavily involved in the comedy, and TV personality
Right.
era. And she got baptized and decided to, start cussing less and, slowly start to remove herself from that kind of persona and be more of like a podcaster talking
Right.
type of person. And she was saying about how like people are the same way. You have to follow all these rules, and that's what makes you good enough.
Right.
But it's never about that. It's
Right.
about, I am choosing to lead my life, love God,
Right.
love people, and everything else I feel convicted about will fall off over the years. It's
Yeah.
not like, hey, one day I'm like this and then the next day I'm like peachy
Right.
perfect. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's so ridiculous for people
Exactly.
to think that way or believe that way. And I think church is it's an interesting topic, because I feel like in comedy it's so taboo to talk about
Oh, yeah.
religion, or even with how like how woke comedy's starting to
Right.
become and more open, because
Right.
comedy used to be a free for all. You
Right,
know what I mean? You
exactly.
could say anything you wanted,
Exactly.
and then everything changed,
Right.
and everything has to be politically correct, and now we're starting to slowly walk
Yeah.
towards being a little more open. But
Yeah.
religion is still one of
yeah.
those things
Oh, for
that
sure.
it's probably the only thing that people are still, because
You can feel the crowd get tight when you talk about it.
Yes.
They just go right in.
Yep,
and
because
you go,
racism you can talk about, politics easy talk
Yeah.
about, homophobia, gay people, sex, all those things
Right.
easy.
Right.
Religion and church is
Yep.
like the one
Yeah.
thing that I feel like people are so weirded out to talk
Yeah.
about.
Oh no, for sure. And you can hear it in crowds too, because some people don't do it the best way either, because they'll go, so I don't believe in God, and then you can feel the crowd go, oh.
Yeah.
And even if like all the crowd doesn't believe in God, like maybe none of them do, but they go, oh, he said it out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't be abrasive with your religion jokes.
Right.
At least in the South.
Yeah,
the
of course.
South. I mean, in up north, maybe that worked better, but in the South, I mean, a lot of people wear their religion on their sleeves here.
Quite literally.
Yeah, right. And
They've got it tattooed on them, actually.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like, you got to be careful about
Yeah.
that. You got to know your audience, because if you go in guns like if I just did 45 minutes of how much I love the Democrats while I live in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean,
never getting
that
booked
might
again.
work. That might work in Orlando, maybe in Tampa, but out in Melbourne,
Not in Melbourne, brother.
no, brother, you on the wrong side here.
Wrong side.
And so you got to know your audience.
Yeah.
So I think that's so
Absolutely.
important, but I don't think comics realize that for some reason.
Yeah, I think so too, because I think that people want comedy to go back to how it used to be,
Right.
which is you can do your stuff, you be yourself,
Right.
everything goes. And
Right.
everything, if you're funny, you're funny. You can
Right.
joke about literally anything you want
Exactly.
to. And then it abruptly didn't
Right.
become that anymore. Everything was woke culture, Me Too, COVID, just the whole everything. It was
Right.
always like 4 or 5 years where comedy just died,
Right.
died. And then now we're like slowly trying to navigate things back, and I think comedians want it to be that way, and it's not, and it
Yeah.
will never be. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what you say, what any way you try to cut it. If you're a white person trying to make a joke about saying the N-word and you actually say it, that will never be funny.
Right.
It used to be a long time ago, and it will never be funny anymore. Like, it's never gonna work.
Is that your opinion, or do you think that's the world's opinion?
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Like, hey, you can joke about the N-word, or
Right.
like, if you want to do racist jokes, like
Right.
there's a way to do it, but
Right.
actually saying it is just nuts. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you're just kind of like,
So you don't think there's, and I'm not saying right or wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
So there's no way a white person can make a joke saying the N-word and make it funny.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I've never seen it done. I would hope
Joseph Sabella, I challenge you. No. No.
he would be the one.
No, yeah,
one
for
thing
sure,
about it.
for sure.
Thatcher, I challenge you.
Come on, boys. Step it up.
No, yeah, it's like one of those things. Like you're saying, you have to know your audience. You have to be able to
Yeah.
really understand.
No, and I'm not saying I don't disagree with you. Like,
Yeah.
I am in that ballpark, but I don't know if I've ever thought about that. Is there a way a white person could say the N-word and make it funny?
Yeah, and then
it
it's
be
like also like
genuinely accepted across the
right.
Because there's obviously going to be some people that go, yeah, it's fine to say.
Yeah.
But would it be is there a way a white person could make a joke and it was genuinely accepted across all platforms for the most part?
Yeah, it's tough because it's also like, you know, the joke has to have a purpose. Why do you need to say it? Why do you want to say it? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's like that one video where he was like, oh, you know, white people can't say the N-word. And the black guy looks at him and goes, then say it.
Right.
And like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, you know, it's one of those things that it's tricky. It's very tricky. And I think it's about knowing your audience, knowing how you're perceived. You know what I mean? Because I dealt with the same thing where I said things just for shock value.
Right.
It was never with a purpose. It was just for shock value. And it wasn't working. Like, it worked in the beginning and then it stopped working. Yeah. So then someone told me, like, you have to make the crowd like you first.
Oh, that's such a big thing.
You have to make the crowd fall in love with you and like you first before you start to go into that era of your jokes. So then I was like, damn, that's true, because I get up there, they don't know anything about me. They don't know, they're guessing what ethnicity I am. You know what I mean? So it's like this awkward thing. Right. So now as soon as I get on stage, I like to like just, you know, a 7-second opener of who I am, where I'm from, and where these jokes are about to go. So people kind of like, okay, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah, and I think you're right. I think people, for some reason, got to this point where they just care about shock value. Yeah,
definitely.
And that's not the right way to take it either. Like you know, she told me her grandma had died, so I fucked her in the What? And then the thing is, they're surprised when there's crickets. Yeah, and you're like, you just fucked a dead girl's wait, no. And then they're like, oh, I guess you didn't like that joke.
Literally.
Well, it wasn't a joke.
It was
awful.
It was weird.
Like, it was just you just saying a word.
Yeah. But you threw off the vibe that we had going here.
I think I can't stand people like that.
Yeah.
That just say shocking things to be shocking.
Yeah. Like, and then the thing is that, like, another thing I've observed is that they've never, like, they don't clip it and, like, post it. Right. So it's like, then what are you doing? Like, if it's not for, like, a social media, then, like, genuinely, what's the purpose? I don't get it.
Yeah, no, it's so weird. I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither. I'm like, you know.
But there's a lot of things that I don't understand in comedy. Like, I can't understand how people do comedy for 10 years and their set never changes from 15 minutes. It's always the same 15 minutes.
Yeah. Or they, like, interchange a joke here and there. Yeah. Absolutely.
But, like, if you're 10 years in and you still only have 15 minutes.
Something's going on there.
I mean, I'm not gonna call you out on your work ethic, but... Right.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Come on, dog. Pick up a pen.
Yeah. No, seriously. That is true.
I am amazed when somebody, I'm like, how long you been doing comedy? And they're like, I've been doing comedy 10 years. I'm like, cool. How long can you do? I can do a solid 20. Okay. So
what have you been doing?
That's 2 minutes a year.
Oof. Yeah, not good.
If you were doing it for 10 years, that's crazy.
Yeah, but also I think too, like, our industry got lazy for a little while because that was enough. You know what I mean? And then, like, now that comedy's, like, taking off and becoming what it is and being a lot bigger of a deal, and, like, it's a way more saturated industry, like, way more. So now you have more competition, and those people will weed themselves out. So I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? That's why I like to ask people that come on the pod how long they've been doing comedy, just so people kind of have a gauge, because I didn't know that. I would have said 10 years. Like, that's what I would have said for you. But, like, you know, to me, like, when it comes to, like, shows and stuff, I don't care. Yeah. Like, I don't care how long you've been doing comedy. I care about how much time you have and if you're funny. You know what I mean? Like, that's
where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think that's what helped me with this, is because, you know, with me being a booker of some shows and stuff like that, I can look at people and go, yeah, I know they haven't been doing comedy that long, but, like, I haven't either. So, like...
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't think there is you don't necessarily have to be doing comedy for 7 years to be registered as this.
No, yeah.
Like, we all are on a different race, and I think if comedians understood that, it would probably be a better place.
Yeah, no, literally.
Because I think sometimes we go, well, we've been doing it the same amount of time, so I'm better than them.
Right.
No, that's not how it always works.
It's not how it always works.
So.
And I think the bar is set so low for like tolerance, you know. I'm like, oh, you know, whatever, as long as you don't like dry hump me or like choke me, I'm like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like you're okay. Just don't leave me alone. right. Because like so many male comics around here are weird. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's an odd.
In my mouth, that's fine. Don't dry hump.
Yeah, just don't touch me. Like just leave me alone. I think that's the bare minimum that we've reached.
Crazy.
Yeah. So whenever you stopped doing the youth pastor stuff, what made you stop doing that?
I left the church just because I felt like it was time for me to leave.
Okay.
It's crazy because right when I left, COVID happened. So
you caused COVID, basically.
I caused COVID. God said, "How dare you, Patrick?"
Yeah.
And sent down the 11th plague of COVID. And
the Chinese bat.
My bad. But then, so during the year of COVID, I actually was the campus supervisor of a residential treatment facility for kids.
Oh, okay.
And that was terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is that?
So basically, any kids who were court mandated to this like housing facility, and we took care of them. So it was an open door facility, basically. So sometimes there were DCS cases.
Okay.
Sometimes there were actually cases where a kid had tried to rob someone or something, and it was basically their jail or whatever.
Gotcha.
And so I was campus supervisor for a place like that for about a year during COVID, and that was it nearly killed me.
Oof.
I mean, I was working 60 hours a week.
Not getting paid shit, I'm sure.
Yeah, $17 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
And that was pretty high up there on the salary. And I mean, I'm having kids swing at me, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but one night my daughter looked at me, and she was, I think, 4 at the time, and 4 or 5. No, 4. And she was like, "Daddy, why don't I ever see you anymore?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So I quit that job, and then ended up working for doing the stuff that I'm doing now up with the place where I lived up in Indiana, and then moved back down here and still found a job to do that. So I do that during the day.
Okay, cool. Oh, so you were living in Indiana during the time? Okay.
Yeah, that was Indiana.
What part of Indiana?
Jeffersonville, Indiana. So basically like Louisville, Kentucky, Jeffersonville. So.
I have family that live in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
My white side of the family, I like to say. Not biological, but but yeah, they all live in Fort Wayne. Indiana's beautiful. I love Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana's gorgeous.
I love Indiana. It was great. And I have no ill will towards, where we came from and all the places that we were at. And I don't have any ill will towards anybody. Like, I think unfortunately though, just like I said, we as a society have perverted church. Yeah. And made it into
pretty much everything. Yeah, honestly, when you really think about it.
Yeah. So I think it sucks, but that's what it is. So,
I completely agree. Yeah, I really do. I think that religion's just a weird topic, and everybody has their own opinions, and I'm the same thing. Like, I believe people should be able to believe in whatever they want to believe in. Right. It should be open, and people have their own preference, and it's not weird, it's not awkward. Like, dude, we're all just trying to live. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, I always have a saying. I'm like, dude, whatever makes you not murder people and keep your hands to yourself and contribute to society in a positive way. Do whatever you want.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah.
People always want to there was a guy that was addicted to his car and had a sex fetish with his car. Bro,
right.
Leave him alone. You know what I mean?
Vroom, motherfucker.
As long as it's not women that aren't consenting to it, leave him alone. Yeah. Let him hump his car. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're not killing anybody. Yeah. he's doing his thing. Yeah. Just sticking his dick in the exhaust pipe. You know what I mean?
Get that junk in that trunk.
Let him live. It's always too much. There's so much other stuff, going on. I was going through my strange addictions again.
Came so hard when he saw the movie Cars.
Oh, he probably lost his mind. Right. Fast and Furious has to be his favorite movie series.
For family.
For family. Dude, it's
I don't know
hilarious.
why I started tearing up. I got real emotional there. I'm sorry.
I mean, he cried.
Ooh.
Yeah, when they like told him like, "Hey, we're gonna have to sell this car because you're like constantly out there underneath it and stuff."
Wow, yeah, no, you're constantly up in that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got to get rid of it.
We had to get rid of it. Yeah, and he had a complete meltdown. Oh yeah. I mean,
crazy.
he lost the love of his life. You know.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, no, think about that. Like, yeah, that would hurt. Like, you know, if somebody came in and took the love of your life.
Just snatch.
Yeah, and he just
And
took
put it on
your man and said,
just took the love of your life. Put it
hey,
on
by the
Craigslist.
way,
Yeah.
fuck your man.
Yeah, Craigslist,
The mail's going to be
2,500.
driving him around now.
It's bad. And then like there was like another person I remember.
Hot water, and I just got just so emotional.
Is so emotional about my strange addictions. There was
Ooh,
another lady
man.
that was like addicted to her pee, and
No.
she showered in her pee, like washed her hair with her pee. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's. I mean, these people are nuts. There was like one lady that was addicted to eating drywall.
I think I saw that one.
And
I saw that one, yeah.
there was another lady that was like addicted to eating mattresses. Like she went through like 6 mattresses a year.
That's crazy.
6 mattresses a year.
Are people really that messed up? Or,
Oh, yeah.
Or do you think they do it, they're like, oh, I want to get famous.
I don't know. I mean, she's taken pieces out of her mattress, hybrid foam
Right.
mattress pieces and eating them and swallowing it. So,
crazy.
yeah. And like the doctor was like, dude, you're going to give yourself like an infection.
Yeah.
And like her husband's like, what are happening to all these beds? Like, I keep having to buy you a new bed. And then she finally had to like break down and tell him like, I'm eating the bed.
How did he not know?
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's bullshit. Like, you can't be like the moment, like me and you, we're married, right?
Yeah.
And this is our couch. The moment you took a bite out of this, I'd be like, bitch, what happened?
Literally.
What happened?
Apparently she like started from the bottom. So like she
Started
would like
from the bottom, now we here.
she would like literally cut pieces out of the bottom of the mattress and then like snack on it like all day. Like
Honey, what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing.
and just has like pieces falling out of her mouth. Like,
Leave
oh
me
my
alone.
god. So insane. I mean, people were nuts. Like it's so wild to see.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there was like another. I feel like I just binged so many of them. There was like someone that was addicted to getting stung by bees, and she would catch bees and
that
like
sounds awful.
sting herself. Yeah, obsessed with
thank
it. Drinking gasoline. I mean, these people are nuts. Like they're ungodly.
Yeah, I wonder what causes that.
Yeah, that's what I liked. The best part about that show was like when they went to go see a therapist and like
Yeah.
getting down to the root of like
Yeah.
where that connection comes from.
Right.
Because there have been so many psychologists that say those weird addictions sometimes genuinely have no like.
Right.
There's nothing.
Right.
There's no connection. It's just
Exactly.
one day you like
Exactly.
experience something and you love it so much
Right.
and you can't explain it.
Right, and that's
And then
what's
you
so
just-
interesting.
So interesting.
So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird.
It's like
weird.
one day they're a completely normal wife, kids, loving home,
Yeah.
to like sitting in a bathtub full of their pee, like loving it, and they're single, children don't talk to them, and now they're on TLC.
Yeah, wow.
So it's like, I don't know, man. It's bad.
That is crazy.
Yeah, people are nuts. I mean, and the thing is, it's only Americans. Like, it's only
Yeah,
Americans.
yeah. Yeah, you don't really hear about that from people in Uganda.
No, never.
No.
I don't know if they have bathtubs over there or what, but
I mean, they do. There are a few. There are a few and far between.
a few and far between. Public
yeah,
ones.
they have them.
Yeah, it's not good. It's very scary. Very scary. What TV shows are you watching right now? Are you watching any?
What am I watching right now? I don't think I'm really watching anything right now.
Really? Did you just finish anything recently?
I finished Baby Reindeer recently.
Oh my god, so good, right?
And that scared me.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was good, but it scared me.
Crazy.
I was like, ugh.
Wild. And it's nuts that he like is a real stand-up comedian and like that really happened to him.
Right.
He's like super famous even before the movie, you know?
Right.
And to think that someone that like it just kind of hit home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? And then it was
Right.
like very weird because he started to stalk her back.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? How
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're getting stalked and you get obsessed
Yeah,
with the idea of getting
exactly.
stalked that you start stalking them.
Exactly. Yeah, I just finished Squid Game season 2.
Oh god, I'm not loving it.
Yeah.
I'm not getting into it.
I mean, it was okay.
Yeah, I'm watching You over.
So yeah,
again.
I'm gonna try to start watching that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
on
watching it. I
my-
think this will be my third time watching it.
But yeah, I mean, I try to sit down and watch have time to watch things. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of time.
Yeah. I'm rewatching Ink Master too.
Okay.
We watched season 1 and now we're on season 2 of Ink Master. It's wild to see.
Yeah.
Like, tattoos in the early 2000s and like what was like considered good tattoos, and then like the competition part of it, the style. It's wild. We need to go back to it.
Have you ever watched The Boys?
No.
Oh my God, you need to watch The Boys.
I feel like I've heard so many people talk about that though.
It's on Amazon.
What is it about?
It's about superheroes. So it's superheroes in the real world.
Okay.
And like what it would be like if superheroes were real.
Like in just like in 2025 society.
Right.
Okay.
And so like, there's some that are, use their powers and they're dicks. So like, but then there's some that are genuinely good people. And so it's like a real.
What kind of superpowers is it? Like, is it good superpowers?
Yeah. I mean, there's one.
Like, I don't want no like flying and running fast shit. I want like fire and.
Well, so one of them, they all have their counterparts, right? One of them can run fast, so he's like the Flash character.
Okay.
One can talk to or see animals, so he's the Aquaman character.
Okay.
Then there's one that can do it all.
Oh.
Who's like the Superman character. His name's Homelander.
Okay, so he can fly.
He can fly. Yeah, shoots lasers.
Oh shit!
Yeah, all
shoots
of it.
lasers.
So, but it's
what if low key like that's what Elon and all these people are?
I mean,
modern day superheroes or villains, honestly.
Yeah, no, they got to be villains, right? Like, if you had a superpower, what would you have?
Oh, easy. I would literally want to read people's minds.
Why?
I need to know.
Really?
Have to know.
You want to know what I'm thinking right now?
I want to know what everyone's thinking all the time because I'm very much infatuated with other people's thoughts.
Okay.
I'm infatuated with knowing what people are going, and I feel like, especially if I could have it since birth. If I could read people's minds since birth, I would be a trillionaire by now.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would know everything.
Yeah.
And I would have never gotten cheated on. I would have never like been in a bad relationship, always gotten good grades, like everything.
But could you accept the fact that you would know the truth?
Yeah. I mean, I probably would die at an early age.
See, I don't think I could.
You die at an early age, but also like it would save you so much time.
Right.
Like you would just know everyone's thoughts all the time.
Oh.
But I don't want it to be, I want it to be like, not like Twilight. I want it to be like intentional. Like I tell myself, what are they thinking?
Yeah.
Not, it's just all the time.
It's not like you just walking by and
you just hear what they're thinking.
Oh my God, I got a shit.
Yeah. Because I don't want to know how many people are thinking about how fat I am all the time. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah, no, you
can't handle it.
How crazy would it be? Like you walk into a place, you hear a thought, and
all the comics are like, "Why is she wearing that?"
Ooh, them titties!
Literally.
And then you look over, and it's this old white man. And you're like, "Oh, I thought it was gonna be no."
Where's Jason Momoa? No, literally. I would either do that or I would want to be like invisible.
Ooh, invisible.
I would love to be invisible.
That sounds
like
predatory.
Just like turn it on, turn it off. Love it.
No, that's crazy.
Imagine you're like on stage.
Would your clothes go with you? So that's the one question I've always had with your
I
clothes
would hope
go with
so.
you, or do you have to like get naked and like?
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't want that. I would want to just be like boom, invisible.
That's a different kind of power, right?
Yeah, because then you always have to go in private,
right? Yeah. See, I've thought about this before.
Yeah.
This is what
teleporting would be fun too, though.
Yeah.
To be able to just like zap and go anywhere. You know.
No, that would be cool.
Anything to not have a car payment in this economy, honestly.
Oh, that would be so good. Oh yes.
What superpower would you have?
I think I would want to be invincible.
Invincible?
Yeah, like I could do whatever and not get hurt, right?
Okay.
Like I could save the day and not get hurt.
Like on Mario when you like have the colorful and like you're moving fast. And,
I want to be the colorful bitch.
Okay, so you would be able to just like run in front of a car, hits you, nothing matters.
Because I'm saving this little kid. I don't know. I just want to help people, right?
Yeah.
Like I do. I want to help people. Either that or I think, a
little like Spider-Man moment.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
I know, that would be cool. Like shape shifting would be cool.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, that's true.
The things like you could get into and
yeah, because the thing is, shapeshifting actually might be the most powerful superpower.
Right.
It might genuinely
Right.
be, because a shapeshifter can turn into anything.
Right.
Anybody, anything.
yeah, so
It could be a person, place, or thing. It
Yeah,
could be
so,
whatever
like,
you wanted.
a shapeshifter kind of sound like I was sitting there and it's like
Because you Loki could be invisible. You could just turn into a shoe.
yeah,
Invisible.
boom,
Shapeshift into a bird. Fly.
right,
I mean, you could be anything.
yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Shapeshifting would be a little.
Man.
Yeah.
If you could shapeshift, would you grow a penis?
100%.
Yeah, what would
Absolutely.
First thing you would do with it?
I would literally turn myself into like Johnny Sins immediately.
And just start whacking.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Whatever that Mandingo.
Yeah.
That's what I'd shapeshift into. 100%.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or honestly,
That's fair.
maybe Shaq.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm like first person you want to shapeshift, Shaq.
Boom.
Yeah. And I
That's
just,
good.
I'd kill everyone.
Oh, that's
I'd destroy.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that would be nuts. I don't even know what I would do. I probably would take a piss somewhere or something.
Yeah.
And then, I would just kind of like see what it feels like to
Like
have
what-
no worries about
Yeah.
anything.
No glass ceiling.
No glass ceiling. I get to just be an average man, you
Yeah.
know what I mean, in today's society and
Yeah,
have
that's-
zero stress.
It's cool.
Very cool. Literally no stress, no worry, no anxiety, no nothing. You're chilling,
Yeah,
you're
no.
living your life, you love it.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
great. I've never once worried about a thing in my life, actually.
Really?
Yeah, no, ever.
It was crazy because me and the last comic that I had on the pod, she was talking about how, like, what would you do? Like, what would you do if tomorrow, right, as a woman, you wake up
Right.
tomorrow and, like, men don't exist anymore. There's not a single male, animal, or human on the planet ever. Like, they're all gone. And someone was like, honestly, probably walk outside. I'm like, that's sad.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. That's
Someone's
crazy.
like, maybe take a stroll at night.
Yeah.
Walk a little bit at night.
No,
Literally can't tell you the last time I've walked at night.
that's
alone.
wild. Yeah, no, we suck. Men suck.
Yeah, they're
do.
scary.
Yeah,
Scary people.
yeah, for sure.
Scary creatures.
Oh, for sure. No, yeah,
It's insane.
yeah, for sure.
It's a bit much. How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
34?
Ooh, you were really close, actually.
Really?
I'm 36.
36.
I'll
Okay.
be 37 in March.
37 in March?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's like literally next month.
I know, I'm getting old.
When day's your birthday?
March 23rd.
Okay, love. What are you going to do? Have a little party?
I actually will be flying back from the Virgin Islands.
Oh, wow.
So
you're rich.
No, I'm doing comedy down there, actually.
Oh, he's even more rich.
Yeah, so I'm doing comedy down there.
In the Virgin Islands. Wait, where is that?
It's U.S. Virgin Islands, so
Wait, the United States has an island?
yeah, the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Thomas.
Oh my God, never heard of that in my life.
It's okay.
Never heard of that.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so if like I'm looking at a map of America, California's here, Florida's here,
So
where is
here's
that?
Florida. So
Okay.
it's like Dominican Republic,
Okay.
like towards that area. It's in
Okay,
it's in the
gotcha.
Caribbean.
Oh, love.
They
They have a comedy club there? What's going on?
A guy. It's the U.S. Virgin Islands Comedy Club. Lucas Walford runs it. Great dude. And so I'm going down there to headline, and then Austin Kleeman's coming down there to feature for me.
In the Virgin Islands?
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
we're
God, so
going-
we're just going to be living it up.
Yeah,
That sounds
Austin
so much fun.
and I are going to the Virgin Islands together, and we are gonna kiss.
Yeah, it's going to happen. In the Virgin, honestly, an island that belongs to the United States sounds a perfect
Yeah.
place to be gay.
So yeah, no, we're excited though. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Love that. What kind
yeah.
of music do you listen to?
I'm a big fan of Shabuzi right now.
Oh, Shabuzi.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
Shabuzi, dog.
Interesting choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why I love Shabuzi.
He's a vibe.
He is.
Absolutely.
It's like it's kind of like what Martin Luther King dreamed of. Like it's a black guy
Absolutely.
doing country music.
Yes, he's the one that
So-
sings like "Don't touch my truck." Does he sing that one?
No, but it's a very similar. But
Which one does he
He
sing?
does the
Is it the bartender song?
Yeah,
Bar
Tipsy.
Tipsy. Okay,
Tipsy.
yeah. Love. Yeah, he's a vibe. I love black artists that do country music.
Oh, yeah,
love
yeah.
it. Don't think they should have won a Grammy for it. But if I go missing, if I go missing in the next 2 days,
that's
you
crazy.
guys all know who came for me. But
That's crazy.
yeah, it's it's interesting. A great album, not album of the year, but good album.
Ooh.
Not album of the year.
What was the album of the year?
Probably Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. What an icon.
Yeah.
I mean, she's nuts.
Right.
beautiful album.
Oh, for sure.
Great. And I'm not really into, like, I don't really love sad girl music.
Right.
You know, I'm like a metalhead. I listen to a lot of rock music and stuff. So it's not really my fave, like, sad girl music. But it's such a, like, everyone needed it last year. I mean, we all needed it.
We all did.
It was a sad year.
We all did.
Depressing. Do you have any pets?
Yeah, I have a dog.
Oh, a dog? What kind?
She is, oh shit, what is she? Bitch. No.
Oh, really?
Oh man, I can't even think of what she is. She's full-blooded though.
Is it like a lamb? What does she look
I
like?
think she's a Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, a Cocker Spaniel. Those are pretty distinct dogs.
Yeah, I think she's a Cocker Spaniel.
Is it like Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah.
That kind of dog?
Yeah, I think she's Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah, we love Cocker Spaniels.
Maybe, I don't know, whatever.
She's got like, long little...
Oh, that's a Cocker Spaniel? Nah, she's not a Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what they are.
I don't remember that.
They like have like long,
yeah, maybe that
ears.
is a Cocker Spaniel. Yeah. Damn it.
I think. I'm not a dog expert.
Anyway, she's the worst. Her name's Jazzy.
Oh.
And she's a crackhead. Like, just a literal crackhead.
Yeah.
So.
That's my dog. She's a crackhead.
Yeah.
If I opened up her kennel right now, I mean, she'd lose it.
Oh, yeah.
She'd knock everything. She's like a road runner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like that little like brown thing that like runs really fast.
Right.
The tornado guy.
Yeah,
that's
Tasmanian devil.
The Tasmanian devil. That's her. She like ruins everything.
For sure.
She ruins my life.
Oh, yeah. No,
She's terrible.
my dog has chewed up so much of my stuff. And
Yes.
I'm just always like,
Dogs are the worst.
Yeah.
Literally the worst.
So,
What else? What's your favorite candy?
Ooh, favorite candy? I like the little gummy nerds with the... the gummy with the nerds on the outside, like the gummy clusters or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Nerd clusters?
Yeah, nerd clusters. Yeah. Oh,
Buddy.
my God. Those are...
Buddy. I went through a big obsession with that.
Yeah, I went to a movie with my kids the other day, and I brought those, and I was like...
I was about to say, I hope you weren't going to say you bought those.
I go, no.
Never. They don't put enough in the pack either.
Yeah, exactly.
They put like 12
they were
in there.
so good.
They're so good. You're right.
Good.
That candy's amazing. I love that candy. I like sour gummy worms.
Yeah.
Butterfingers if I'm feeling like chocolate.
Yeah. I like that. I can fuck with a Butterfinger.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's over there what is it? Sawing logs?
Yeah, that was crazy. I thought that was, I don't know what I thought it was. I thought maybe somebody had a chainsaw or something outside.
That's hilarious.
Golly. Good for you, dog.
Well, what do you have coming up? You can tell everybody about your shows.
Oh, man, what do I have coming up? I don't even know what I have coming up.
The Virgin Islands.
What? Yeah, I'm in the Virgin Islands in March, so it is cool because I'll be there from March 18th through the 23rd. So that'll be fun. But do a couple of shows down there. But in February, this month, I got, things coming up going. I've got the Comedians in Drag doing comedy.
Oh, yeah. Nice. That'll be fun.
I'll be doing that. So going up against Marcus Crespo.
Hilarious guy.
Yeah, so if I win this one, it'll be my 4th city that I have.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be the only 4-time champion.
You're reigning.
So right now it's me and me and Marcus Crespo tied at 3.
That's a tough one.
We'll see. We'll see
you
how it
both
goes.
are very, very funny.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a couple of things like that lined up. Nothing too major in February. Just February is kind of chill, but it's, I'm having a blast. And,
yeah, absolutely.
Take it one day at a time because you never know what day is going to be your last.
Never.
So
especially not here with plane crashes.
Exactly.
And shit.
Right. This world is getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
Like I am just prepared. So it's like let's have a good time. Let's
have a good time.
Be nice to people.
Mexicans aren't going to be here for much longer, so I'm just going to party till we got to go.
I miss you guys so much.
Sucks. I don't know if I'll miss you guys, but
rest in peace.
One up for all of us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we always say bye like this. You have to like.
This is a Mexican gang symbol?
This is a Mexican gang symbol.
Oh,
yeah, you'll
cool.
be initiated.
Hey, papi.
Bye.
Bye, papi.
Watermelon garden size of King Kong. Watermelon garden size of King Kong. Glasses shattering, million fractions on my face. I can't seem to put them back together in one place. Fractured on my fingers, swollen tongue is out of taste. Cut down all my trees, I'm catching